My father was, I think some would say he was a very hard man, but he was fair. And my father came into the Danish Navy during his military time. Every year they pick out 34 conscripts, and these 34 is going on board the Royal Yacht. For 6 months he served the Danish king and his family, the king, the queen, and the 2 sons. And one of the sons later got to be the new king. During the Second World War, he was member of the resistance. He was employed at the harbor of Copenhagen, where he was working night shift. And for 3 years, during the day, he was making pipes. So that was actually 2 full-time jobs. Night at the harbor and day at the pipe factory. And after 3 years he said, well, I've gained a little bit market, so I quit my job at the harbor. At the age of 9, I started sweeping floors and earning a little bit money. It was a good thing. And then later on, I came in the more serious operations in making a pipe. I went all the way through every step in the factory. And when I was 20, my father died. A little bit sudden, and excuse my English, but I was at that moment very pissed at him. I had no craftsman education, I had no business education, but I have a pipe factory to run, together with my mother, who was also involved. And that was a hard one. But we managed to go on for 23 years. Then we sold the company. Three years ago, I moved to Berlin, where I live today. Looking through all the things I have just packed in boxes in Denmark, unpacking them and then finding a lot of old photographs of my father. That automatically made me think back, where I can see, well, he didn't ask to get sick. It was not his choice. And I have the deepest respect for him today, what he have achieved in his life. So why not make a legacy collection in his honor? My father's favorite tobaccos was something he mixed himself. Not as a blender, but he had a couple of tins of Three Nuns or Dark Twist, one or the other, what was available. Then he had a tin of Red Player. There was a very thin cut flake. And then he had Yellow Capstan. So all these tobacco he mixed together, put into a big jar, and then he had for, 3 weeks, 14 days, 3 weeks. And it was also my first tobacco I tried. When I sneaked myself to a pipe, I said, well, I'm going to try this. So I went to his office and then went into the tobacco jar and filled the pipe. It was very strong tobacco. It was not for a newbie like me. After seeing my father mixing like that, the closest I came with the new tobacco under the legacy name, that was probably the name would be Crewmates. And contains Virginia, a little bit burley, and it has a lot of dark fired. Dark fired from the center of the Three Nuns or Dark Twist, and a lot of Virginias from around that tobacco. So that's probably what will hit the most, but also going in the Virginia direction. I have a photo of him in uniform and with Dannebrog in the hat. And that will start the series with, and he was very fond of Virginia tobacco, so of course that is going to be a Virginia tobacco. And occasionally he smoked a burley tobacco. So I also added one of them. Here the first 4 will probably be, the theme will be from his sailor life. There will come more, and I go into the beginning of the pipe factory. Someday in the future, I'm sure I will be smoking one of the blends and remember back to my childhood, to the brief experience I had with my father as a full-time in the company. But also my mother was involved, and I got my sister involved. So we were a family company. Neither my father, mother, or sister are here anymore. So yeah, that will be a healthy travel for me to go back to the good memories.